That was an interesting time too, though. Even from a good music standpoint. But you did put out the first EP. What was it called? The Good Job joint. The Good Job EP came out.
Yeah, Good Job you found.
The Miami joint with Pusha T. That video was hard. I love that track, by the way.
I appreciate it.
How did you guys like? How did that project particularly come about? Was it a lot of songs you already had, or did you guys actually get into the studio and create it together? Can you describe the process that led up to that EP?
Well, they wouldn't. Nobody would stop talking about the Miami joint. So when I heard that Push wanted to get on a Miami joint, I think we had two choices. I think it was either I Got Whatever that we kept playing, or Miami. So Miami just felt, of course, more like you going somewhere or you somewhere else, for anybody in the world. So we went with that one. And I do like it, though, because Push, I used to listen to Push so much back in the day. Like, of course, before all the beating on the desk and all that, but Push came out on Miami, and I like it.
Yeah, I mean, that song is... I feel like that project didn't get as much attention as it deserved and still deserves.
Yeah, because was it an EP?
It's pristine.
We put out, I believe half of the songs on there had already been kind of out. So really we were also putting out a project that would gain some traction, keep the ball rolling, and then show a mix of half new stuff and half old. Mm-hmm.
It was also, like I said before, it was a very, I guess, tumultuous is probably the right way to describe it. Time and good music, I mean, I think a few years before that, Kanye, I think Kim got robbed in Paris and Kanye wasn't around as much. He was kind of quiet. I know that one of his first public mental health breaks, as he's described it, might have been right before when you got there. And then later, a lot of things were happening in Wyoming. So it just seemed like, a lot of huge ideas, a lot of huge artistic statements, but then also very, like, nothing really grounded at the same time. From outside, it seems that way.
Right.
How would you describe that point in time on good music?
Well, you got to think, too, all I care about is just getting nice songs done. So I never really look at the what some people could say is not going so well at the moment or whatnot like that, because I may not even actually be in that world all the way. You know what I'm saying? But, a lot of times we're going to have big, huge ideas and nothing's going to really get grounded. But I see what you mean. But I don't feel like it affected anything as far as me wanting to work with good music,
Did you feel like you learned anything creatively through working with people at Good Music?
Definitely. Especially, one way is it's a way, I like the way Ye record sometimes. People don't know that there's a way you could just record and then you just have like the mic going around the room. So we all just sitting there chilling or whatever and smoking and talking shit, and then the mic just get passed to you. You just really freestyling, but all that shit is recorded, even if it's 20 minutes. Even if it's the same beat going back, even if it's the same beat loop 5 times, whatever happens is all recorded. I learned that too. That's kind of better than just sitting there.
Oh, that's real cool.
Focusing on the song and, doing it perfectly. You just sit there and jot down ideas.
Yeah, that's real cool. I mean, I was watching an interview with you. I guess maybe you did it last year, and I can't think of homegirl's name, but she recorded you recording.
Mm-hmm.
in the
The
beginning of
trap
the
is
conversation, and then later you were talking about, and she was pointing out how you didn't always write. Sometimes you punched in, or you just freestyled, and so it seems like you have a lot of different ways to craft songs and craft conversations through your music. Is that something you've utilized since your Kanye West or your Good Music experience? The everybody pass the mic, it's all recorded.
no. That's just one of the coolest ways I've seen anybody just play around or and get something recorded. But uh, just like since I went to Guitar Center and got the equipment, basically, my job has been to record myself to the best of my ability, pick the best beats I could pick, and approach each beat the best I can. But really, I just stay driven on that. So I gotta like if I just made 5 songs last night, I damn near don't want to rap unless I know I'm gonna say something better than I said on all 5 songs 6 hours ago. That's my problem.
Now, Wamp Wamp. Gotta talk about Wamp Wamp. Gold record, sync licensed all over the place. I think it surprised a lot of people. You know, I don't think it was an obvious hit to a lot of people a lot of lever pullers at that point in time. Uh, do you remember making that song? Where were you when you made that song?
Chicago Recording Company Studio, CRC. Downtown. I remember. I had a shitty day earlier that day. Yeah. And then going to when Jay say go to the studio, if Z Money say go to the studio, I know it's gonna be fun. So when I got there, that song was already like kind of halfway done, or the idea was there for me to do my verse, or a verse and a half, I guess. Yeah, we did shoot the video. We shot the video with Chance too, there at the same studio. Day before Christmas, we stayed there till 5 a.m. Mm.
Mm. When you were done recording that song, did it feel any different than any other song you might have made in any way at all?
Yeah, it definitely felt different because that pocket, like to just hug that pocket, and then I didn't even know like what to say yet. Like really, I really that's one of the times going in the booth and actually going in the booth and not knowing what to say the moment I get in the booth. But then it's one of the fastest things I ever recorded. Yeah, recorded that fast.
Yeah, I mean that song is so infectious. Why isn't it on a project? Right? I mean, I guess your time at Good Music, I don't think you really got a chance to put out an official album. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, that's fair to say. Cause the Good Job You Found Me, like I said, it was half new and half old songs. So what I was gonna do was put out a self-produced project, and I was gonna rap on, But then I had 2 or 3 other project ideas, but it also didn't feel like I just didn't know if I liked everything. Once I make music and sit on it so long, even if it's a month, even if it's a couple months, I probably don't like the shit no more because I have to say something. But it could be the best thing in the world. But I don't like it no more because I recorded myself, I said it, and I want to make something better.
I've noticed that with different artists that I've had the honor of talking to over my career. A lot of times their biggest songs end up being songs that they don't feel that good about no more.
Mm, yeah, I like Womp Womp
I mean,
though.
take Womp Womp, right? Okay.
You also got to perform these songs, like crazy, So it's like if you want to perform like, oh man, I like this song I did, I like that song. We have favorite songs, and the crowd may not know those songs yet, or it may not be out yet, but we have to always perform what they want to hear. But they don't know it kind of makes us
That song,
really not like the song as much, because we just want, all right, this song I'm finna perform, and I like this song, and then I'm finna make this though. And I always want to go the trappier route with making music, because that's the way I'm gonna say something.
I remember Kanye used to talk about, oh my gosh, what's the song? Oh my God. Gold Digger. He talked about Gold Digger like that for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, I know I got to make Gold Digger to make everything else go.
Yeah, yeah.
Fans spend a lot of time saying Smokepurpp took the Wamp Wamp flow on Nephew. Your 216's flow. People are saying 6ix9ine borrowed that. Tyler, the Creator, borrowed that. At some point, Kanye said, drill and you are the most popular things in hip hop, period. The most copied things in hip hop, period. Is that a gift or a curse?
I think it's all a gift, you know? Like, even if somebody, if you rap a certain way or put out a flow that's on a certain song or something like that, and then somebody bigger than you or anybody put out a song, I mean, I like it. You know, I appreciate that they're doing it, really. But then me being an artist and wanting to record myself, I think one of the things that'll make me not mad is if I hear the flow being used or something like that, but I don't necessarily agree with. You could have said something better. To me, even to myself, I always feel like I could have said something better every line. But I appreciate the fact that they even used the flow, anything.
What's an example of someone using one of your flows that where the bars didn't hold up?
Here you go. All right. I mean, shit, Smokepurpp and what's the boy name on the song with both of them? But I like the song though. And then Chase the Money is my favorite producer, really. Like, we started together. So I just if my phone was ringing all day or people sending me shit about it or sending me DMs, it's like the last thing I could do is really get mad. But my artistry turn on, and I'm like, I hear something for really the first time. Because if you just started doing music or whatever, this your first time living and hearing the fact that somebody's liking something that you did and using it as a reference or whatever like that. So my artistry kicking in, and shit, everything is, oh, I would have said this or I would have said that, or the fact that it ain't better than everything I said makes me like even happier. I like that they used it, and I like that they wasn't amazingly better than what the hell I said on my own shit. You can't lose with that.
You are a brilliant writer. You know, like you have projects where you'll try to, well, you're focused on rhyming and not necessarily rapping, right? You want all the bars to rhyme, but you're not thinking about all the triple entendres that are within things. Do you have other projects where you're triple entendre the whole time, all the way out?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think when people really care about their craft and pushing their pen, that is something that stands out immediately when they hear other people, be inspired by them, borrow from them, bite them, and have their product out to the world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I think that is something that a lot of artists have a difficult time getting to as well, right? Because, you know, at some point you have to become a better songwriter.
Mm-hmm.
At some point you have to find different ways to connect with different types of audiences. You seem to have been able to do that with all kinds of fans of all types of rap and all types of hip hop. Those who like melodic things maybe, and those who like lyrical things.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But really though, if you look at it, shit, we all biting because we're all influenced by, something. It's just, don't nobody necessarily know who we're biting. It's just already in us from whatever we heard. It's just already mixed up. But